Hey, hello everybody, welcome back to Gran Turismo 3. Alright guys, it's actually been 2 days since the last race that I did. Literally took a day to, like, allow my hands to recuperate a bit. 27 laps of Apricot Hill. That's where we're at. Just make sure nothing is strange. Here we go. Let's get that qualification. Good old qualify because I haven't played in I haven't played in a couple of days. I'm going to be a little rusty. So the qualify is really going to help me wake up my fingers as well as my brain. It's funny, you know, it's funny that you can go a few days without playing a game, and then it's like, you know, within a minute and a half, you're like back to exactly the way that you were driving the day before, and Apricot Hill is actually a really good Formula-esque track because all of the turns are like nicely rounded and stuff. It's a nice wide track as well. There's really only 2 places on Apricot Hill that you really have to like watch your driving, and it's right back there at the hairpin and right here at the switchback right here. Those are like the only 2 times where you actually have to like sit forward slightly to make those turns best. You just have to have good timing on them. There it is, by 4.6. Alright, shake out my hands. Get ready for this. Here we go, you guys. Let me take a quick sip of my coffee before we get things rolling. Alright, party time. I can actually already feel the soreness in my right thumb coming back already. But usually that's actually what happens to me when I first start playing a game first thing in the morning, is my hands will usually be sore for like about 10 minutes, but then it's like once I drop like 6 or 7 laps here, I won't be complaining about my hands being sore as much. Especially not so much on especially not so much on Apricot Hill. Simply because Apricot Hill is not a very demanding track. You can kind of just cruise around Apricot Hill and then enjoy yourself a little bit. Holy handling. Titan? One thing that's really cool, whoa, and I kind of have a, a good smile on my face recording right now, because I know that obviously I'm going to do the last 3 races of this championship tonight, which is super nice, which means that, I mean, this is literally the last night that I will be recording the actual playthrough of the game, right? Super cool. I actually reached the end here. Tonight. Not for you guys. You guys will have to wait for the next 2 races tomorrow and the day after. And I'm also going to do an episode with the credits, and I'll do my little review where I talk about the game. And even though we've played so much of this game that I've basically said all there really is to say about this game. I mean, if you go watch every episode, I talk about everything, like how Gran Turismo got started, how Kazunori Yamauchi, the producer-director of this game, and Polyphony and Sony, you know, this was like their magnum opus when the PS2 came out. Talk about everything, man. We've, like, reached a point in the playthrough where there really isn't very much left to talk about, really. But, like any game, we will be doing the credits, and I'll talk about the game a little bit more, and not just talk about the game itself, though. I'll be also talking about the future of this game on my channel, because it's actually not over, you guys. I have some plans. I have some plans. Been a YouTuber for a little while now, you know, like 3 years, right? So I kind of think of things sometimes, and I'm like, man, that's kind of a good idea. And then I start to think about it more, and then it, like, poisons my brain, right? And I'm like, man, I have to do that. Like, I have to, right? It's not even a question in my mind anymore. It's like, now I'm just, like, racing to complete this game so that I can move on to Phase 2, you guys. This game is not over. Not for me, at least. Now, I've talked with a few subscribers about other YouTubers playing Gran Turismo and stuff like that, and there are plenty of very good ones that, you know, I'd recommend and all that. Some of them I can't quite remember their names, you know. But there's one in particular that, and I can never remember his name either, even though I freaking love watching this guy's videos. He's like Mr. Gran Turismo 4, I swear to God, he has every car in the game. He's up to, like, almost episode, like, 2,200 something, okay? I watch that guy all the time. He's got a really, like, his name just looks like somebody rested their arm on the keyboard, right? That's why it's kind of hard to remember his name. There is a word mixed in there somewhere, but it looks like somebody just, like, palm printed the keyboard, typed in a word, and then palm printed the keyboard again. And that's their channel's name. Anyways, and he basically does, come on now, he basically does an episode on his channel featuring every single car in the game, like one episode dedicated to each car. Now, these are not half-an-hour episodes or anything, it's literally just like, here's the car, this is what it is fully tuned, you know, and then he'll take it out on the track and race it around, so that people can see, like, how good certain cars are and how shitty other cars are, right? So I was really thinking of doing that for Gran Turismo 3, because after being an avid viewer of that other guy's channel and watching him play the absolute shit out of Gran Turismo 4, I actually kind of realized that nobody's done that for Gran Turismo 3. Right? Now, there are videos of people being like, oh, yeah, you know, like, there's like 10,000 different videos of people driving, like, the Skyline R34, right? Because they're like, ooh, clickbait, right? Skyline R34. Everybody loves Skylines. but then that's like the only one that they'll do, just because they know that it'll bring them thousands of views. Now, I want to do every goddamn car in the game. And also, I have a kind of a special way of doing it as well, so that it'll actually keep people coming back to watch each performance of each car. There's all of the machine tests, and there's like what's called free roam as well, where you can set lap times. So I was thinking of basically each episode I'd be like, hey, you know, hello everybody, how's it going, blah blah blah, you know, today's car is the, you know, such and such and such and such, and then I would show you what the car looks like, fully upgraded, oil changed, and all that good stuff with 100 miles on the car, so you know you're seeing the oil changed property, right? And then we would do like a race, and then we would do like the 0 to 400 meter challenge, then the 0 to 1,000 meter challenge, and the top speed challenge, and blah blah blah, right? And then we would do a free run on one of the free run tracks, and then every car that we actually do, like each new car that we do in each video, because it stores the records, right? So we could really actually get an idea of what the best car actually is as we do it. So I was like, man, not only is it like informative and it's obviously educational for anybody interested in Gran Turismo 3, there's lots of people that sit there and wonder to themselves, I want to buy that car, but I don't know if it's going to be shit by the time it's fully upgraded, or if it's actually going to be a good car, right? And this would be a way for somebody, I mean, if you just typed it into YouTube, Gran Turismo 3, you know, Chevrolet Corvette Gran Sport. And there you'd see my video there. Chevrolet Corvette Gran Sport, fully upgraded, example, you know, one race and test. Pro driver. You know what I'm saying? Like, simple as that. And they wouldn't be half-an-hour videos, if that's what you guys are thinking. They'd be like 10 to 15 minutes a piece. And in each video, if I remember to, hopefully I think maybe I'll do a little bit of research beforehand and figure out everything that I do need to figure out, so that in each episode with each car, I can actually tell you guys where to get the car as well. So I can say, you know, if you're interested in grabbing this car for yourself, well, you can get it in the, you know, the amateur American championship, right? So that anybody watching the video that's like, oh, damn, that car's sick, wonder where to get it. You know? Multi-informative, multi-educational, you guys. This is the content that YouTube is looking for, isn't it? I should get 16 million views, shouldn't I, YouTube? It's educational, man. But yeah, I was thinking of doing that, and then because I was thinking of doing... Ooh, did that guy just spin out? I think he might have just did a big old 360 there, I'm not sure. A big old 360. Yeah, because so this is 27 laps. We'll do the first 13 in this episode, and we'll do the last 14 in the next episode, part 2. The way that we've been doing it so far, you guys, other than Super Speedway, I guess Super Speedway actually fit into one single episode, which was kind of cool. I freaking love Formula 1. It's so ridiculous, you know? Just the amount of precision and control that you actually have is astounding. Well, that's if you actually know what you're doing, right? Because it is actually kind of, it is actually kind of tricky to drive Formula 1. Not just to drive it, but to get used to, like, how the car moves and what it's going to do and the precautions to look out for, and You know, how fast can I actually make this corner? How much do I actually need to brake here? You know, little questions like that you begin answering for yourself the more you drive that certain vehicle, right? I was also thinking of making a couple different videos on just how to drive better in Gran Turismo. Like, I don't mean to sound egotistical or something like that, but, like, you know, I'm a pretty good driver, and I do know what to do in almost any situation that I could be put in on a racetrack, right? I do know what to do. So I can help you improve your driving abilities just by showing you a couple of little tricks and different things that you can do to, you know, make yourself a little bit faster. Like, there's been a subscriber, and he's asked me a couple of times, like, hey man, what tips would you give me on, like, how to drive better and stuff, and it's kind of hard to just describe it in words, right? So I usually just give people the best tips that I can, which is, like, turn off ASM. Do not use ASM for any car. It literally steals all of the ability that your car has. Lower your TCS. Don't turn it off, but lower it. And then race like that for a few days, and you'll become phenomenally better. You'll be setting incredible lap times because ASM literally robs you, like I said. So you'll be setting phenomenally better lap times, and you'll be like, wow, he's not wrong turning off ASM. I'm like 2 seconds, 3 seconds faster a lap on any track in the game, right? So it's kind of obvious ASM is kind of bad. Just when you turn it off, the driving becomes a little bit awkward, right? So you just drive with ASM off for a few days, and eventually you'll just sort of subconsciously begin driving in the proper way that you should be if ASM is off, right? So when you first turn it off, the car feels really wobbly and very edgy, like you barely turn at all, and the car's like, right? But if you can, if you can actually get used to that, you understand what I mean? Then you have that actual edge handling that you really want out of your car, right? And once you understand, like, it is sharp as hell, but if I just choose the right moment to brake and the right moment to turn and such and such and such and such, you realize how much faster you can actually be without ASM on. And then even if you go back a few days later and you turn ASM on, you'll feel like you're driving in slow motion. You'll be asking yourself, where the hell's the handling gone in my car? And that's exactly what ASM does. I mean, ASM is great for real life. If you're driving your car to work and back home every day, ASM is great. It's going to prevent moments where, like, let's say you're driving down the highway, and then all of a sudden there's just like a damn shopping cart in the middle of the highway, right? So you swerve to avoid. But that moment that you swerve to avoid, that's where ASM is actually going to come into play and stop you from flying over the guardrail and spinning around big 360 and everybody in the car dies, right? So ASM will actually, as you swerve to avoid, ASM is basically like beep, 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 and trying to put your car back straight again. It's trying to avoid your car doing a 360 with a computer. Like, it basically just stops. It's kind of hard to explain a little bit, but it sort of just stops your power. Even if you press the gas, it'll stop power from being converted to the tires, and the computer itself will actually turn the power steering back straight and sort of try to balance the car out. It's kind of hard to explain. If you go and watch like a real-life video where somebody explains what active stability management does, it's actually quite informative. You can learn quite a bit. But, yeah, man, thank you. Jeez, I babble on sometimes. Thank you guys for coming out and watching this episode of Gran Turismo 3 and the first half of the Apricot Hill Formula 1 race. Freaking love you guys. Wish you guys a total best. Hope you guys have a freaking awesome rest of your day. I'll see you in the next one, you guys. Have a good bye-bye. Oh, yeah, and I'll upload the rest of this race today, just so everybody knows. So, yeah, see you there. Bye-bye.